Just how stupid is AOC? I think today would be the perfect day to revisit this clip of AOC talking about Israel and Palestine and demonstrates her absolute ignorance of the issues at hand. Check it out.
You have not really needed so far to take many foreign policy positions because you were seating a Democratic incumbent. But now you are very likely going to be going to Washington, and you'll have to sort of build out some of those foreign policy positions. You, in the campaign, made one tweet or made one statement that referred to a killing by Israeli soldiers of civilians in Gaza and called it a massacre, which became a little bit controversial. But I haven't seen anywhere. What is your position on Israel?
Well, I believe absolutely in Israel's right to exist. I am a proponent of a two-state solution. And for me, this is not a referendum, I think, on the state of Israel. For me, the lens through which I saw this incident as an activist, as an organizer, if 60 people were killed in Ferguson, Missouri, if 60 people were killed in the South Bronx, unarmed, 60 people were killed in Puerto Rico, I just looked at that incident more through just as an incident. And to me, it would just be completely unacceptable if that happened on our shores. But I am...
Of course, the dynamic there in terms of geopolitics and the war in the Middle East is very different than people expressing their First Amendment right to protest.
Well, yes, but I also think that what people are starting to see, at least in the occupation of Palestine, is just an increasing crisis of humanitarian condition. And that to me is just where I tend to come from on this issue.
You use the term the occupation of Palestine. What did you mean by that?
I think what I meant is like the settlements that are increasing in some of these areas and places where Palestinians are experiencing difficulty in access to their housing and homes.
Do you think you can expand on that?
Yeah, I mean, I think I'd also I am not the expert on geopolitics on this issue. You know, for me, I'm a firm believer in finding a two-state solution in this issue, and I'm happy to sit down with leaders on both of these. For me, I just look at things through a human rights lens, and I may not use the right words.
Oh my God, this was hilarious. She couldn't answer a simple question. What did you just say? What did you mean by that, AOC? Did you mean the occupation of Palestine? What exactly? Can you elaborate on that at all? Well, I'm not an expert. I'm not an expert on that. I can't give you any details or any information at all at what I was claiming there. And that is what AOC is. She is an empty-headed politician, and she is the face or the future face of the Democratic Party. So what does that tell you about the Democratic Party? That they're a bunch of lunatics and people that support Hamas but don't know why and don't understand what Hamas represents either. For more, subscribe to the channel. If you want to support us, you can go to buymeacoffee.com/JewishUncensored. You can also go to our channel memberships page and join there as well. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.